On the table in front of you is a plate of lemons. Anyone like lemons? As they are? How do lemons taste? Can you throw the orange throw box over here? Now I want you to grab one of these little magic berries. It's called the Ladidi dulcificum. It's grown by my friend who has a plantation just outside of Orlando. And Thomas Ballantyne, come on up. He's going to co-present with me. Thomas is an OG in the world of SEO. We've known each other for how long?
Oh, 12 years.
Right. So I'm going to
I haven't tried
try to
this
stump
experiment
him with a bunch of SEO questions. So grab one of these berries.
Okay.
Everyone, you got your berry? And what I want you to do is chew it. Don't swallow it, but chew it. It's like a freeze-dried cranberry. And have the saliva, I'm talking about mouthful, go back and forth across the tip of your tongue as you're chewing for like 20 seconds. Yeah? How's it taste? Don't swallow yet. Just let the saliva kind of go around in front of your tongue. Everyone's doing this? You're afraid we're like trying to like trick you? Get you high or something? No, I've done this many times.
Your presentations are really good after this, by the way.
Okay, now have you done that? Okay, now you can swallow. Okay, now take a lemon. Now you guys know how lemons taste? Grab a lemon and just taste the front of it. And what do you notice? Who wants to raise your hand? Raise your hand, I'm gonna throw this at you. Good catch. Okay. Oh, it's soft. How does it taste?
It's sweet.
Is it?
It is.
Anyone else want to share their reaction?
It tastes the same to me.
It's the
It
same.
tastes like a lemon.
Does it? It doesn't work for you? You didn't chew the berry properly then.
We're just gonna ignore her answer.
Try it again. Tell me if it tastes differently. Try it on the front of your tongue. It's still sour lemon?
It's a sour lemon.
Really? Take another berry then. Okay. What does this have anything to do with digital marketing or SEO? I'm a former search engine engineer. I was one of the first people at Yahoo. So as a search engine engineer, my job was to protect the search results from people like this.
I ruined the internet officially, according to The Verge this month.
And I would argue that none of us here like to consume advertisements, right? What is it that differentiates content that you like your favorite song, movie, or whatever, versus something that's an advertisement? What are some of the differences? Go ahead, raise your hand. Catch. Oh, bad throw. Oh, good catch. Nope, my bad. Fumble.
Your interest.
Interest. Okay, what increases your interest with a particular piece of content?
Well, you're looking at content because you're interested in it. You're getting an ad
Okay,
that might not interest you.
okay. As in it's not relevant to you.
You're right. You're not. It's irrelevant.
Okay, good. What else? Back over here.
Yeah, I'm not.
Good, big toss.
I'll deliver it.
Oh, she's gonna. It's actually soft. You can throw people. You hit them in the face with it.
Nice throw.
It's fun.
It's fun. Okay.
Yeah, something fun.
Ads are
Entertaining.
fun. What else? Back over here.
Good quality.
Okay. How do you define good quality?
Like just the way the advertisement is, like you can tell that people took their time to actually advertise what it is and have that quality rather than just doing some rando commercial and then it's like, oh, Coke.
Okay. As in it's thoughtful or made you think or it caused you to, it added
Just
some
like
kind of
well
value?
put together, like a well
Okay.
put together advertisement.
Okay. All
Are you
right.
officially saying you don't like Coke's advertising? I'm just,
I
for
like
clarification purposes here.
Coca-Cola. I like Coca-Cola a lot. I don't drink it often,
Okay.
but I do like it. If it wasn't bad for you, I would drink it.
Good. Who here is selling products or services? Who's not? Okay, shouldn't be anybody here. Why are you even here? You're not selling products or services. Okay. Now, no one likes to be pitched. Now, before you ever talk to someone who's going to sell you some products or services, you're probably going to Google them, right? And before they go to your website, before you get on a call, you're going to, before you talk to somebody, you're going to Google them, right? So if you Google Thomas Valentine Roach,
oh
you're
boy.
going to see German Roaches pest control guy. This page titles, he dresses up in a pest control costume. Where is this? Share your home with the roach. Is that you?
That one's not me.
That's
but
not you? Okay. But it says Bulwark Exterminating, which is, he
does.
runs
Yeah.
marketing for this company. So would you consider this quality or fun or entertaining? Or, let's say you have roaches. What would you think about this? You would? Why would you call that dude? This is cool? All right, you like roaches? No. Okay. Now, all of us here.
Now, the one of me is actually the third one down, just for clarification's sake.
Okay. This one's
The other two are
roach
my
bits?
interns, and I was just embarrassed.
Roaches eat toothpaste? Really? Is
Yeah.
there like nutrients in toothpaste?
They do eat toothpaste. It's actually a very common search term.
Oh.
Please don't
There
watch it.
actually
You
is
don't
a
have to
lot of
watch
search
it. I'm
traffic
just-
on that. Oh, for 50 seconds, what is it about that?
Oh boy.
Is that you?
It is. A few less gray hairs.
Who's this guy?
Shh, just watch.
Okay, that's interesting. On roach bits, it's entertaining. And this piece of content on Bulwark Pest Control, 1,100 subscribers, 35,000 views, almost all organic.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10 comments, hilarious, horribly disturbing at the same time. I don't know. Okay, so, and if we look at their social media, we can see that there's a fair amount of traction. He's been doing this a long time. And even if we look under the name, Bulwark Pest Control, because if you're looking up a company, you're going to Google them, right? And you're going to see Bulwark Exterminating by default because it knows our IP address. It's defaulting to Phoenix. I was in Vegas this morning, so it would have shown me if you guys are in 25 states.
30 locations, yeah.
30
Vegas is
locations.
one of them.
Okay. And it happens to know that I'm in Phoenix, right? Because I've got, I'm logged in to Gmail and Google Maps and this sort of thing. And here's other information. Oh, there's lots of bulwarks. And you are ranking 1, 2, and 3 for your own name, of course.
Yep.
And you guys see this PAA? People also ask. You ever wonder about that? Can you imagine if you want to rank on a particular keyword, if you answer all the PAA, you're more likely to rank on this. And if you you answer these topics. This is my favorite SEO tactic. Here's to see what Thomas's is. If you answer these are the questions people are asking. How much does it cost and how does it work and what do you need? And a lot of people looking for jobs too, right? Looks like this is one of yours? Oh, this is someone else.
No.
And then there's these other ones. And a little further down, here's their service areas. There is Thomas Ballantyne. You rank on Bulwark Pest Control, even though I didn't search for Thomas Ballantyne on this one here. But if I search for Thomas Ballantyne, I get all this other stuff. And in fact, there's another Thomas Ballantyne that outranks you. I think, actually, no, I was looking at someone else. No, you do own, that's a pretty rare name, I guess. But would you guys agree it's important to rank?
I don't own the Wikipedia page because he was a
Okay,
politician from Canada, so I don't know.
okay, this journalist guy. But he died like 200 years ago. So
I still can't outrank him. I don't know why.
you don't know why? Well, let's see. So this guy, Tom, actually, let's go back to this other one. So I'm just using a bunch of these SEO tools, so don't worry about this. But there's 10 searches a month on Google for Thomas Ballantyne. So what do you think happens if we can get more than 10 people coming to one of your properties that Google can see per month? Then
One of
we
my
can-
properties, like Bulwark Exterminating's properties.
Yeah,
or my
something
personal
related to
blog
your
or
name.
something.
Yeah, content you produce. Maybe because you do SEO, you were at a SEO conference a couple days ago in San Diego,
Correct.
and maybe you write a blog post about something, and that shows up and happens to get traffic. And whether it has Google Analytics or not, Google could probably see it.
Yep.
And maybe tweet about some stuff. So if there's more than 10 pieces, if you show up more than 10 times per month, then you can beat this Thomas Ballantyne that died in 1860 or something, right?
Rising tides float all boats.
So if you work for somebody, and let's say you're loyal to that company, you may eventually be changing jobs. You may want to build your personal brand. And in fact, even if you never leave that company, I would argue that that company, if they're forward thinking, would want to see you do well, would want to see, I mean, that's why they invested in bringing you to this marketing conference, right? So if you do have enough searches for your name, then you're going to trigger this thing here, which is called the knowledge panel. All of these colored little boxes here. Now, a lot of people think you have to be a celebrity to have a knowledge panel because it shows all this stuff where there's content, and there's a LinkedIn post I made a couple days ago, and here's an about, which is kind of like a Wikipedia. Here's profiles. People also look for Larry Kim and Mari Smith and Neil Patel. And here's all this other information, videos, all these other sorts of pieces. People want to know what my net worth is. And I teach this thing called the Content Factory. If we go to the top here, you can see courses, Twitter, Content Factory, Blitz Metrics. So this is not a typical top nav navigation as you would see on Google. And this whole thing that we call a knowledge panel is where Google is taking search. You're going to see these little boxes show up more and more in search. Why is that? Why is Google doing that? That's what Google's always wanted to do, is organize the world's information. What else? They want to keep you on Google. And so what is it that's caused this big threat in the last year to cause them to have to shift search results? TikTok and AI, right. And so AI is kind of the one answer fits all. So if I can say, if I go to the AI, ChatGPT, let's say, and we have a conversation, I'm with Thomas Ballantyne, who runs marketing at Bulwark Pest Control, and we want to create a book on the pest control guide to, or pest control marketers, what do I want to call this? The ultimate guide to SEO for pest control. What do you think the topic should be?
Am I supposed to answer? Okay, sorry.
Creating a book with Thomas Ballantyne on pest control marketing, especially focusing on SEO, sounds like a valuable resource. Given your expertise in digital marketing and content production, the book could be titled The Ultimate Guide to SEO for Pest Control Marketers. It would be beneficial to focus on practical, actionable strategies tailored specifically for the pest control industry. You can cover topics like keyword research, specific to pest control, local SEO tactic.
Yeah. I want to tell me some jokes, given that Thomas was dressed as a big roach for Halloween. What can I do to roast Thomas on stage at this digital marketing conference?
Roasting Thomas, especially with a playful nod to his Halloween costume as a big roach, could be a lot of fun at a digital marketing conference. Here are a few lighthearted jokes you could use. 1, I heard Thomas dressed up as a roach for Halloween. I guess he's really committed to understanding his customers, inside and out. Next year, he's going as an ant trap. 2, seeing Thomas dressed as a roach was a shock, but it makes sense. He's always been great at sneaking into tight spaces, like the top spots on Google search results. 3, Thomas as a roach for Halloween. Well, it's the only time of year when showing up as a pest at your door gets you candy instead of a call to Bulwark Pest Control. Remember, the key to a good roast is keeping it friendly and light. It's all about having fun and sharing a laugh.
Wow.
Can you send those to me later?
Yeah, awesome. And what do you know about me? I'm Dennis Yu.
Hello, Dennis. It's great to have you here. As you're involved in digital marketing and the $1 a day program, I can certainly assist with any questions related to marketing strategies, digital advertising, or content creation. If there's something specific you'd like to know.
I started off this talk by having everybody eat this magic berry and then bite into a lemon to show that it was sweet. Why would I do something like that?
Starting your talk with everyone eating a magic berry and then biting into a lemon is a clever and engaging way to demonstrate a powerful concept. The magic berry likely the miracle berry, temporarily alters taste perceptions, making sour flavors like lemon taste sweet. This experience serves as a metaphor in several ways. 1. Perspective shift. It shows how a small change can completely alter our perception, much like how a small tweak in a marketing strategy can lead to significantly different outcomes. 2. Breaking assumptions. It challenges and breaks the audience's preconceived notions, similar to questioning established marketing norms.
Yeah. Okay, so Thomas, come on stage with you. You shut up for a moment. So the beauty of a knowledge panel is that when people already know who you are, anything you have to sell doesn't feel like selling anymore because it's already through a trusted friend. What % of your business do you think comes through referrals? Or some kind of word of mouth, or they already know about you versus they've never known about you?
Oh, no, I was going to give you an actual.
All right, go ahead.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
I know what my numbers are, actually.
You could ask ChatGPT.
They probably wouldn't know. I would say I'm still about between 40 to 50%. And that's me trying really hard to beat the referrals. So probably still about close to half are referrals.
Okay. And how would the rest break out?
That's me, digital marketing.
How much of that's SEO? Given that SEO's definition changes a bit.
That still is, I don't know, actually. I'd probably say a quarter of our business is SEO.
Yeah, and a pretty competitive market.
Extremely competitive.
Yeah.
There's over 3,000 pest control businesses listed in Phoenix alone. Phoenix, there's 30 markets I got to compete in.
I'd say the only ones that are more competitive than you are going to be locksmith and real estate.
Close, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so who here is in a category where there's other people that do the same thing? How do you stand out?
Roach costumes.
Besides doing silly things, singing and dancing. I can't sing and dance or go on TikTok or wear a roach costume.
I know. It's
How do you
it's
stand
not
out?
for everybody.
My argument is you do it by building your personal brand. And the sum of what all your customers and all your people, all your employees have to say about a particular company is the brand's value. It's not what you have with this new like logo or slogan or whatever. It's all of these different stories. And my argument today is that if you collect all of those and you repurpose it in the 4 stages I'm going to show you, the net result is SEO. And then I'm going to challenge Thomas to see whether he agrees as an old time OG in SEO, whether that's a legit SEO strategy or is it a gimmick that only works because of social media. Okay.
Sounds good.
So when people know who you are,
Do you want me to sit now? Where am I?
oh, sit here.
All right.
You're our star. I invited Thomas to come out. He didn't
This
even
side,
know.
this side, so it's invisible, because I don't know if it's really invisible. No.
You should have
Okay.
brought your roach costume.
I should have brought my roach costume.
So when people know who you are, then this increases the conversion rates on all your landing pages. So it's not that you have to use like blue coloring or bigger text or the woman in the blue dress or whatever it is. It's that you have multiple touches. And Facebook released some research. How long ago was it? 7 months ago that said, do you remember in advertising, how many touches does it take to drive a sale? 7 is what they've said for the longest time. You know what the number is now? I didn't hear any numbers that were even close to high enough. 60. Even on things that are like $10 items, it's 60 touches. Why is that? Isn't that crazy? So who wants to volunteer their company for a quickie little analysis? Ma'am. Evernorth Care Group. Did I spell it Care Group? I represent California National Spelling Bee in 1988. Went to Washington, D.C. Went to the quarterfinals. I did not win. Is it this one? Wow. DR62, 13,000 keywords. You got your phone number up here, bill pay. Healthcare has the issue, just like with IT, of having clip art and this sort of like stock art sort of thing. So if we look at this image and see where else this is on, you guys ever do this image search on Google, right? To see where else this is? I want to see where else this is. So this is in lots of places, this particular image, isn't it? So what's your name? Kate. Thomas, why is it generally not a good idea to use so much stock art?
That's no longer unique. Sorry, Kate. Unless that's you as a little girl, then you need to go after those people and sue them. But
But Evernorth is doing super well. And look at all these keywords that they rank on. A lot. You rank on your own name. MD Live, Provider Portal. These are customers logging in. Okay. Cigna, Allegis. What kind of key? How to prepare for the flu season? Rank number 1. You went from nothing to position 1. 300 people a month. Search for it. You've got 113. GLP-1 medications. A lot of fat people. I mean, in America. This is all the people looking for the semaglutide stuff, right? GLP-1. Wow, you guys do a lot of semaglutide, don't you? Things related to that. Okay. Urgent Care Phoenix, Dr. Ingraham. And for Dr. Ingraham, you have 2 SERP features. You have an image pack and you show in the local pack. And most of these are only 1 SERP feature. So what does this mean, SERP features? Why is it when people are, if they're diabetic, type 2, GLP-1 weight loss, here, featured snippet, people also ask an image pack. So notice, Kate, it's not just what you're showing. There's not just like position 1 to 10 anymore in SEO, is it? What's the big change, Thomas?
Google wants to keep the organics further down the page, in my opinion. Sorry.
So GLP-1 weight loss, that's a super competitive term, 70. And there's increasing volume, as you can imagine. Not a surprise. A lot of traffic here. And here's like other people that are ranking on it. Mayo Clinic, of course, number 1. All these other sorts of folks. But you're doing pretty well on this because you have 2 or 3 of these SERP features. The particular page, let's just see this one here.
Do they know what search features are? SERP features?
Do you know what that is, Kate?
SERP features?
Oh, my bad. You explain. You're the SEO expert.
So the very top of the page, when you search for things nowadays, they'll give you like images or other questions. And all these things are prior to what they call the blue links traditionally in Google. So if you were ever on Google 20 years ago, it was just 10 blue links. And then they added the advertisements above. So now the blue links are all the stuff below the search features. So anything above that, the carousels, the pretty images, anything to distract you and keep you on Google is a search feature.
So we did a search here on GLP-1 weight loss, and the first thing is showing a snippet from the Mayo Clinic website, but I didn't actually click on the Mayo Clinic website. So what's going on here, Thomas? Why is that thing showing up at the top? What is that?
Because they scraped your website and gave the answer to their searchers, and so they no longer have to go to your page.
Oh, okay. And then below that, well, there's the first website, which people can click on. But below that, it says, people also ask, which one's the best for weight loss? How fast do you lose weight? Is the same thing as Ozempic? What if you're not diabetic? Blah, 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 blah. Does it age your face? Right,
Every time you click on that, it's going to give you more
There's
and
all
more
these
asks.
things here. So what is going on? Will I gain weight after stopping GLP-1? Yeah, probably. So you can see, you see, I don't want to go, that's a whole nother rabbit hole. So what's going on, Thomas, what's going on here? And if I click on any of these and you can see the answer from this guy's got an answer, here's an answer from these people, there's this, what is going on here? I have not even clicked out of the search results. I've not even gone to a website yet, Kate. So what's going on here? Throw her where's the orange cube thing, please? Kate, turn around.
Can you repeat the question?
What is going on here I'm messing around on Google and I'm looking at GLP-1 because I'm trying to lose another 20 pounds. And what are we looking at here? What do you think's going on here?
Google's trying to give you the most relative content,
Right. But why would they want to show the results there instead of
so you don't leave Google.
having you go to all the websites? Because Thomas said that the 10 blue links is going away, isn't it? Actually, it pretty much has already. So there's no position 1 to 10. There's no such thing as the first page of Google anymore? And in fact, even if you're in position 99, if you do SEO for a living, you can still claim it's the first page of Google. You know why? Because there is no first page. Remember, it used to say like page 1, 2, 3. I can keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and going and going and going. It's all the same. It's all one page now. You knew that, right? Tell me you didn't know that. Okay. Some of you guys are like, oh yeah, I knew that. No, I didn't. So everything is first page now, and it's not about the blue links. It's about the rich results. It's about the mix of videos and news and video and Twitter and TikToks and all these sorts of things. So all this information is being pulled into Google, so Google is showing increasingly these SERP features like Thomas was saying. So if you know that everything's moving to these SERP features, and that's the first thing that's being shown in this particular SEO tool. Actually, now we're back to Thomas's pest control site, borax recipe for ants. Wow, and if we look at his top keywords, he's got 30,000 keywords. Borax for ants, borax ant killer recipe. What the hell's going on here? So it goes to this blog post, Bulwark Pest Control, using borax powder to kill ants. And here's this article. And this article itself ranks on 746 terms. So what is I would argue that a lot of these are DIY people looking to kill the ants, and they might not be looking to hire an exterminator yet.
Yet. They probably like that checklist on the side, though, for do-it-yourself.
Yeah, but then if you're trying to get people to hire you to kill the ants and roaches and pests and all that, why would you publish all this information about how you do it and what's borax and this kind of stuff? Doesn't that like take away from people who want to hire you?
No, they would want to do it themselves anyways. So
Yeah.
it increases my relevancy across the board for
Oh,
ants.
okay. So if you share how you do what you're doing, that tells a search engine what topically you're about, increases your relevance so that people who do search for hiring exterminator, for ants, whatnot, you're more likely to show in those search results because you have this other kind of information showing that signal.
Correct.
Oh, okay. So how many of you guys are openly showing how you do what you do? In a way that, like, it's smart. Because if you do that, then it sends a signal to Google, and then this is generating a lot of links. So Thomas is an SEO expert, but we can see that there are 42,000 referring pages into Bulwark, which has taken you some time to be able to build all these links. But even this page has 5 links that are coming in, which is causing it to, this and other things cause it to rank for these particular keywords. So when you write, you gave attribution to this person on Flickr. Very good. And you have this checklist. I imagine these people are putting in their name and email to get that checklist. You're
Correct.
tracking how many you're getting too, right? This is driving leads too,
It does.
right? Okay. So even if you're a service provider, you should provide the DIY route because some of those people would never hire you anyway. And then the other part is you're showing Mr. Google that you have all this information. So if I wanted to rank #1 on pest control, maybe I'd want to have a book on pest control. And this is something you should consider. This is not something that's way, way out there, okay? So if I come here and I'll say, Thomas Valentine, you can literally do this, Tyne of Bulwark, and sometimes it doesn't remember who I am, want to write a book on pest control. And I sort of asked you this before so you could see this. What would the topic be? And it'll come back and it'll suggest all these titles because it knows who Thomas is and it knows who I am. And the system can think and say, well, probably something to do with SEO or PPC or digital marketing or something like that. And it comes back with this answer. Digital marketing strategies for the pest control industry. Good. Innovations and trends in pest control. Case studies and blah, 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 because we work with a lot of pest control companies and full disclosure, Thomas has hired us. Okay, so all of this stuff has happened, but now we'll say, tell it to stop. If you guys are using ChatGPT, the pro one, don't be cheap. You're paying the $20, right? Now generate a book cover. Which of these is the digital marketing strategies of the pest control industry, innovations and trends in pest control, case studies and success stories? What do you think? What's your favorite one?
I do case studies and success
Okay.
stories.
For #3,
Seems more genuine.
please. Okay. So now you don't have to choose which plugin anymore, right? Because there's all, and you said, who was it that said like choosing like which app anymore? You don't have to choose the apps anymore when Chad asked. Yeah, right? And so now it's using DALL-E. Notice it's not going to tell you what the logic is because they don't want you to like reverse engineer how they're working, just like Google doesn't want you to know like how they do their stuff. So it's going to come back with a few of these images and then we're going to give it some feedback. And we'll say, well, I don't like the color of that, or can you put in an image of me and Tom? So I'm a little too fat in that, like skinny me up just a little bit on that one, right? So it's almost done generating, and here it is. Innovative marketing and pest control. Oh, wow, can you see that? The fly or beetle looks like a mouse. That's interesting. And it's got my name and Thomas's name on it. Wow.
That's kind of cool.
So do you think, Thomas, that if your goal is to generate more SEO for your pest control company in these 30 locations, that if we took that book, actually, do you think that we could ask ChatGPT to legitimately write a book based on the knowledge that you and I have published? I've written thousands of articles and videos, and you've written lots, and you've said a lot of, I mean, you've gone even further than I have. Do you think that we could write like something that actually meets Google's helpful content and quality rater guidelines by using ChatGPT to repurpose our existing content of what we've already said in the last however many years? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think if we took that book and we published it Amazon Kindle as an ebook and then as a regular book, and then we put it on one of my websites, this is one of my sites, it's freeebooks.net, it has 1 million visitors a month, and is a DR75 with 4.4 million links. It is if you type in free ebooks into Google, we rank #1. Do you think if we took that ebook, let's just say, how long do you think it takes to write that ebook? Choose the cover, tune it up all.
With ChatGPT or
Yeah,
just?
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe a week.
A week?
I don't know.
Okay, fine. A week, elapsed over a week, but I think we could have it done before you leave today.
Probably.
Yeah,
but-
I mean, you want to like, you know.
Do you want to give away
modify
that
it.
many secrets?
We can edit it.
All right. Okay.
There's no secrets in SEO, you know this. So let's say we write the book, then we upload it to free ebooks, which is DR75, which is ranking #1 on free ebooks, and we make that a free ebook, and we create an author profile for you, so you're a contributor, and we pull out different excerpts, and then we'll say, ChatGPT, let's create an interview between me and Thomas, and let's post that on this site, and have all the juice flow back to you, and have that point to you, and have it point to Bulwark and me and the book, and point it to Amazon. Do you think that might help in the SEO?
Yes.
How would it help?
Rising tides float all boats.
What does that mean?
So as the water goes up, anything that's floating in that water is going to go up with it.
Okay.
So as you add more water that floats your boat per se.
Oh, we all win together.
We all
So
win
it's not
together.
just a vanity thing. So Will Troop, hold up a copy of one of those books. This is the #1 best-selling book right now on social media, on Amazon. Outsells Gary Vaynerchuk and all this others. It's on TikTok. And my co-author, Perry Marshall, and I have sold 800,000 copies of our previous book on Facebook ads, #1 for Facebook ads, and then #1 on Google ads too. So Perry came to me a couple of years ago and said, hey, you know, we have 2 #1s already. Let's go ahead and get the #1 on TikTok. And we interviewed the top people in the world of TikTok. Full disclosure, TikTok paid us a lot of money for this. And I said, I don't know anything about TikTok. You need to give me all these people to interview. And I'll interview them on Zoom. I'll fly out and meet some of them. And I did. And we took all those interviews and we put them inside Descript here and had ChatGPT and Descript edit it and turn each of those interviews into a chapter in the book. And then when we went to Amazon, this may seem like, you may like, it's like telling little kids that Santa Claus doesn't exist. Once you tell them this is like, but we then listed it here, and you can see, you see the sponsored here? It's really hard to see. They assert that, you know, Google, Amazon, all these guys make it so hard to see when something's an ad. This is an ad, right? This second one's an ad too. This is the first organic search result. We're #1, right? So the way we forced ourselves to #1 in business, across all business books, just for a day. I jacked up the budget to like $100 for a day until it went up to #1 on Amazon. I took a screenshot.
$100.
I don't know.
That's crazy,
They
man.
changed
That's
it. Like,
crazy talk.
You can be #1 in a category like at 2 a.m. in the morning, just for an hour or two, and then you take a screenshot and you say,
Okay.
"Ta-da! I was #1 in that category."
I don't
No one
know,
knows it was just for
$100,
that
that's
1 minute.
crazy
Is it
talk.
worth it though? Now you can boast
Whew.
that you're a bestseller. You are. You know, we can be a
I don't know.
bestseller by tomorrow if you want.
Okay, that's worth
Yeah.
$100. Let's do
Okay.
it.
So then this creates credibility. Now, we're not doing this for vanity. Why are we doing this? It's because when we have a piece of credibility that, you know, we're selling a fair number of copies on. I think we sold 17,000 copies of this book. We're just going to give them away. If you guys want a copy, I'll autograph one. Will has a whole bunch back there. I'm not here to make, I have nothing to sell you guys. I'm just having fun. I retired 20 years ago. I sold on my stock at Yahoo back then. I don't know if you know that. Some of the people who worked for me went to Google, then Google IPO'd a few years ago, and some of those people made $100 million on Google's IPO. People that I trained. I only made a few million. So I feel like I got gypped because I was loyal to Yahoo. I didn't move to Google. I knew I was in trouble because engineers on my team, right? I'm a search engine engineer. they would say, hey, you should Google that. Like, you work at Yahoo. Yeah, but you can't say you got to Yahoo that. Like, yeah, I know, but you can't say that. They're the enemy. You can't. We work at Yahoo. You need to stay here. Come on. So I knew we were in trouble when that happened. So this here, being listed on Amazon, and then having that book as you speak, or maybe it's linked to because you're in a podcast or whatnot, or you're an author and it shows it, because people will link to your book when
Yeah.
they, you speak of that kind of thing. How does that help your SEO, or how would that help Bulwark?
The book's related about pest control.
Yeah, let's just say it's over pest control.
Yeah.
Or whatever the topic
If
is
it's
you
topically
want.
related, then it helps.
Yeah. So do you think each of you guys, in the thing that you want to be known for professionally, the thing that your company does, do you think that you could write a book, even if you're not the expert? You could go to the CEO or other people in the industry and sit down with them for 30 minutes or do a Zoom call with them and be able to do like 10 of these, and each one's a chapter, and then crank out a book like that and put $1 a day on Amazon ads. So easy. It's so easy. So do you think you could do that? Or it's like, oh, this is so much work. I don't think I can do it. Does everyone think they can do it? Okay. Does anyone believe they can't do it, or it's too much effort, so hard? Or raise your hand if you think it's hard to do. I've done this so many times now, it's like cheating. Seriously, you can, a lot of it, just like the blue check mark or whatnot, people thought that was a big deal. Like if we look at my Facebook, I've had the blue check mark for 15 years. You can buy that now. What is it, $14 a month? Something like that? $13 a month, this blue check. You can buy the blue check on Instagram. You can buy it on Twitter. My Twitter is a real Twitter. This is a real blue check mark on Twitter. This is a real, I only have 80,000 on Twitter. I have almost 1 million on Facebook. Right, this is real. But having a book is not a vanity play. How do you think, Thomas, Google looks at this when you create content? Let's say I want you guys to picture your face in the middle of this topic wheel. I know it's hard for you to see, Thomas. You could stand up if you want to see it. You see it? Out of your side.
I see it in yours. Yeah.
So can each of you think of 3 professional topics that you want to be known for? Look at what's on your LinkedIn. Better be in alignment. 3 that are professional. Maybe you like golden retrievers or something like that, right? But 6 topics. Do you think that you could do that? Yeah? For your professional career. Certainly you work for a company, but there's certain things like digital marketing, SEO, something like that, right? You're selling, what did you say? You're prefab manufacturing. What did you say? Something. Pressure vessels. I don't even know anything about that. But if I put your face here and then put pressure vessels here, how would you determine whether someone is credible in a topic that they choose? Accomplishments, yes. What else? She's all about quality and accomplishments. I know. What else? Recognitions. Like, what does that mean? Oh, like winning awards and prizes and showing that you do a good job at what you do. Okay. Now, I would argue that rather than you talking about yourself, like if I said, Thomas, what if I told you, hey, I'm really good at SEO. Yeah, I'm really handsome. I'm good at SEO. Right? What would you say?
There's a better version of this. I learned it in college. I don't know. Do you want the PG version or the college version? The college version? So the college version is, I'm really good at sex.
So you'd be a narcissist, right? If you talk about yourself, chest beating, sycophantic, look at me, influencer. So if
What's better than that though? The next version is somebody else that says, I've heard he's really good at sex.
ooh,
Or the third one
that's what
is,
she said.
that's what she said. Or the third one is, I've slept with him and he's really good at sex.
That makes you a hoe.
You guys said you're college.
What about to
I
have
was-
drinks in 15 minutes?
That was like one of the best marketing classes I had in college. It's just-
Now, what Thomas said, Thomas gave a masterclass just now in word of mouth. Right? We're talking about viral, not virus marketing. That's what
Viral.
we're doing. The other kind of viral. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Chlamydia. So, but you're known by who you're with, right, Thomas?
That's right.
So if I say that I'm good at pressure vessels, then if I don't have other people in my community that are known about pressure vessels and are talking about pressure vessels and whatnot, then I really don't have any cred, right? So if I go to my LinkedIn, what's some like topic that you care about? Some area of expertise.
Leadership.
Leadership.
I'm really big on leadership.
Okay, leadership. So I go to LinkedIn, I'll go look for leadership. Oh, we lost the connection. All right, hang on a second here. Went to sleep. Oh, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the secret to internet marketing. Thank you very much. So there you go. I got to say allow. Okay, here it is. Now there's all these things related to leadership. And here's posts of people that are from my network where people are talking about leadership. And that does help. And so if you want to be known for a particular topic, check this out. This is a hack. It just came out. You see this yellow badge, top voice? Do you have a top voice badge?
No.
I have a top voice badge on SEO and analytics, content marketing, digital marketing, social media, all this. Do you know how to get this? Wouldn't that be cool to have a top badge? You know, getting top badges used to be really hard to get. You had to be nominated and that kind of thing. Now, just if you remember just this one thing, like, oh, that was that Magic Berry guy. He also said something about how do you get a badge on LinkedIn. So go to linkedin.com/advice. Collaborative articles. Choose a topic that you care about. You said leadership. Leadership is L. You do the spelling bee. You say the word, spell it, then you say the word. That's the rule. That's how it works. L. Leadership. Leading. Control find leadership. Leadership development, leadership. Okay, so I can get a top badge in probably 15 minutes in leadership if I wanted one. Why? I'll just come in. Leadership. How can feedback build accountability and ownership? Okay, here's a question. It's an auto-generated article we contribute. And you come in here and it says, why feedback matters, blah, blah, blah. Here's this thing here. And then you have 750 characters. And you just come in here and say, answer this in under 750 characters. Please. Why should you say please? Polite, because you actually do get a better answer. Did you know that? Yeah? Okay. Anyway, if you want to do this, you can. I like to write the first sentence for real, and then the rest just have ChatGPT answer it. But this only works when ChatGPT knows who you are. Because if it doesn't know who you are, then it just makes up an answer. And I think Google can spot when you're doing that, if it's just AI generated, because you can tell when it looks, even if you try to change the prompt, right? So here's something that most people don't understand, because there's so much hype about AI, right? And Will Troop said this, if Google knows about you, you can assume the AI knows it too. So the power of the AI to be able to do work for you is contingent upon your ability to feed the information into Google. Agree? Then why the hell aren't you doing these things? So take your information. We've been going all over the place. I'm going to bring it all together right now. Take all the information you have about your company in that first box. You know, when I Google it, I want to see anything to do with your customers, with your reviews, anything you have to say, any thought leadership, any derivative content, books that you have, anything about your company. It could be your GMB, it could be your Yelp, it could be like whatever. All this raw, real information. Then you're going to process it using tools like Descript and ChatGPT, right? Just combining it into different, chopping it up. You don't even have to process it, keep it raw, and you could publish it to all these other channels. Notice that the content in stage 1 is independent of everything that happens in stage 3. Content you produce can live on YouTube. It can be a blog post. It can be a Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Quora, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, whatever you want to call it. LinkedIn Top Voice Collaborative article, right? You can take a 1-hour podcast or Zoom call, chop it up into lots of different pieces, and it can be 100 pieces of content over here. Now, when you have 100 pieces of content on how do you kill ants with borax, what's the recipe? You have a checklist, you have a video, you have Thomas wearing an ant costume, and if I can say, create an image of Thomas wearing an ant costume, or as a cockroach, now as a blue cockroach, now eating a giant donut, right? We can do that now, right? This is not in the future, this is right now. We can do all that, right? So I only need real information. So if I start with real pictures and video and whatnot, I can turn it into any of these other things over here. The biggest mistake that's happening in AI is people are creating what's called synthetic content. Synthetic content is, forget all this, I'm just going to start over here and just generate all kinds of garbage because the AI can, write an article about this and make a video about that. But if it isn't grounded in this, I would argue that you will suffer this AI fatigue from all this like astroturfing that's occurring right now from people that are just mass generating content. Yeah. Even if you are on a DR54 site or whatnot, right? You have enough authority. Why? Because Google has EEAT, right? Have you heard about EEAT? You have? So you know that the first E is experience, and Google added that E. It used to be E, now it's EEAT. They added that because there's too many people auto-generating all kinds of garbage. So the best way to overcome that is you need to have a library of real pictures and images and whatnot that you can sprinkle in your content. So name a city anywhere in the world. Chicago. So this is off of my iPhone. I'm paying $10 a month on top of the Google iCloud and $10 a month for the Google Photos. And it's grabbing everything in Chicago. So you'll see that Chicago, internet is slow here. Come on, hotel Wi-Fi. Let's see, La Gondola, I was there eating pizza a couple weeks ago with a friend, and I was at Southwest Airlines. 4th of July, I was in Chicago. I was doing this jet ski thing. My buddy Marco, who was going to come today, but he thought it was tomorrow, so he missed out. Too bad. And boarding passes. Wow, look at all these passes through Midway, because Southwest is a hub. I love Southwest. So you can see all these Southwest. Oh, 75 hard, so I had to take a picture every day. So all these things are here in Chicago. Now this one's also in Chicago. And this is at Facebook's sales headquarters. Like all their salespeople are in Chicago now, basically. And you can see that it was taken May 1st, 2018 on an iPhone 7, which at the time was the best iPhone you can get. And here's this other information about this. Now, from any picture or whatnot, I can take this, upload it, and recombine it into any other kind of derivative content. You follow me on that? So if you have some central library where you've collected all the reviews and pictures and images, like most people have this rat's nest of stuff everywhere, but they don't put it centrally. If you put it centrally, I promise you that the AI tools they can kind of do it now, but it's a little bit hokey. It will soon be able to grab everything you have and reassemble it into any other kind of related content. I'm going to show you one last example, and then we'll go get drunk together. So this is one of my favorite tools, and we're going to create a new project. Thomas, come here. We're going to make a video together. And we're going to start a recording. What's our topic going to be?
Digital marketing? I don't know. What do you want it to be?
I'm going to say SEO is bullshit.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. And we'll use this FaceTime HD camera. You can see this, right? So I'm going to drag this up here so you can see Thomas and I. And
Live from Phoenix, Arizona.
SEO is like witchcraft. It's like fat men getting a shoe shine. And I'm here with my buddy Thomas Ballantyne.
The fat man.
In Phoenix, Arizona. Am I the one giving you the shoe shine?
I don't know.
And I want you guys to know that SEO is really about relationships and about content. And when you put it through these SEO tools, it's able to make all kinds of derivative content. And I could say I'm in Chicago, and even if I'm not a very good speaker, I can clean it up a lot. And my buddy Aaron Holmier is the organizer of Digimarcon. What else do you have to say about SEO?
SEO is dead.
SEO
Again.
is dead in
Again.
2023 and 2020. Every year it's dead.
Yeah.
And that's what
Happy
she said.
birthday, SEO.
Okay, so now this whole thing has been transcribed, okay? And you can see all the words are here. The main speaker is me. And we can identify the other one here. Now I can
Are you going to take out your ums right now, for real?
Yeah,
Are you-
I'm going to take
okay.
all the ums out instantly.
That's cool.
So I can come here and
It's like one of the most annoying things from speakers.
I think you select all of these ones. They changed the interface here. Why can't I select all this? Where's the remove filler words? Yeah, okay. See all these ums and ahs? They're gone. Remove all, gone immediately. And I can also create an effect called I don't want to go into all the different features, okay? But basically I can clean the sound up and make it, and some people will get mad. So our SEO friends will say, well, I don't like that you said it's like witchcraft. It's like what? Name some other sort of activity. Hockey? Okay. And
They do use that like
some
metaphor,
people
like
don't like
following
fat
the
men.
puck.
You know, fat men get, it's like, oh, you're making fun of, I'm obese too. How dare you? It's what? Give me another thing. Give me a noun. It's like we're playing Mad Libs here, okay? So what are you putting in here? Tall men.
Tall
yes.
men.
Tall men getting a shoe shine. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Thank you. And what else? We're in Chicago. Name another city. Brooklyn. You guys have seen this before, right? This is not a surprise, right? You guys know this is possible, right? You've seen it in the movies where like Tom Cruise, well, actually Tom Cruise does do his stunts, doesn't he? Okay. Okay. So let's see. And the AI needs a few seconds. And the Wi-Fi here kind of sucks. So let's see what's going on here.
SEO has been like hockey. It's like Fat Meg in a shoe shop.
Oh, I didn't,
And I'm
oops,
here
wait a
with my
minute.
buddy Thomas Ballantyne.
The Fat Man.
In Phoenix, Arizona.
Hang on a minute.
Am I going?
I didn't change the fat man. It's like tall man. I didn't click save, did I? Okay, sorry. Why did not? You guys see what's going on? You heard that. You heard the hockey, right?
It doesn't have my half of there. Is it going to catch my fat man?
No, you're down here. You're a little further down here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're down here, so we can change your thing.
What else do you have to say about SEO?
That's
SEO is dead.
SEO is
Again.
dead in
Again.
2023 and 2020.
In fact, let's say that I said 2023 here, but you know, I imagine you have some
2009 is when it officially died.
2009. Okay, so let's change it to 2009. And because you know, you might have a best blog post on the 10 best things to do in 2023 or 2020 or whatever, like 3 years ago. Did you know you can revive all your old blog posts and then just change it to the current year, right? Like now, like I'm the the content team. All of a sudden, there's 10 times more content, right? Isn't that great? All right, so let's hear that. Now you can adjust the spacing and the tonality and the voices. I don't want to go into all that. I just want to show you the fact that it can be done. Okay, look.
You have to say about SEO.
SEO is dead.
SEO is
Again.
dead in 2009, 2020, every year.
Okay, now is that just like a trick? Are we doing this just to like scare you about what's possible with AI, or is there a larger picture here about how we can use this to drive our business? Because we know when we have legitimate pieces of real content, like Thomas and I did make a 1-minute video together, we actually have shared a lot of expertise about SEO. We actually do have experience and authority, and we're not just like talking about SEO. He and I have career accomplishments. Because we have things here in the purple box, we can then use these AI tools to turn it into books and YouTubes and videos and Twitters and Facebooks and all this, like, you know, TikTok right now is for these kids, but you know, in 20 years from now, not even that, 10 years from now, there's going to be a new thing and it'll be like, oh, parents are on TikTok. I'm on whatever the new thing is, right? You know what I mean? It's like all these kids tell me like, oh, I'm not on Facebook. People your age, like old men like you are on Facebook. What are you talking about? So there's going to be all these other networks, but you never have to worry about them because you have all these tools, these AI tools increasingly that will eventually collapse down to just 1 or 2 tools that will allow you to repurpose the raw content. So if you focus on the raw content, meaning you do a really good job, which is phase 0, if you do a really good job at what you do that generates proof of people that love you, then all this stuff will happen automatically all the way down to the last piece, which I want to talk about, which is $1 a day. If you take content that lives on any of these channels, Thomas, and you boost it for $1 a day, and it has high engagement because it's relevant and people actually enjoy it, what kind of signal does that show? Especially with things like Google Rank Brain and other updates that are based on what happens on site. When I boost content, I make content out here, but then I boost it for $1, like I boost my Amazon book. And now it has more ratings and reviews and sales. I boost something on Facebook or YouTube. I love to boost on YouTube because who owns YouTube? Google. And if Google sees there's more views and people actually stopping and watching that video about how do you kill the ants, even though it was driven by an ad, what does that do for my SEO?
Goes up.
Yes. And then if I have massive corroborating evidence that this is occurring in all these other places, that drives a knowledge panel. A knowledge panel is to say, yes, this is the answer to these different questions people have. Think about the main keyword you want to rank on and all the related PAA questions. If you answer those questions and they live in multiple places answering that particular question, you will win. You will win in all the SERP features. Images and the Twitter card, PAA, news, top bottom search, LSA, all these other areas, right? That's how you win. That's the sum of digital marketing. It's not about SEO or PPC or landing pages or it's get the stuff in phase 1 all the way through to phase 4. Most of you guys are stuck. You're constipated so badly that it never gets to phase 2 because you're like, oh, now there's my like Black Friday content. And I got to work on Valentine's Day. And you never go back to repurpose the content you already have. You should spend 90% of your time repurposing content that already works. 10% of your time making new stuff. Most of you guys have it the other way. You're spending 90% of your time trying to make all this new stuff, new tools. No, I can't keep up. There's all these things. 90% repurposing things that are already working. If you remember this one thing, forget about the magic berry and all that other, the whole point of the magic berry is that people know who you are. If you created all this content and people have already seen you 59 times, by the time they have a roach problem, they're like, Bulwark Pest Control. Who's that Thomas? Oh, who was that? Oh, that Thomas Valentine or whatever it is. Then your ad doesn't taste sour. Then people find it relevant. They find it interesting. They already trust you. Know, like, and trust you. You follow me on that? That's the whole point of digital marketing. And you have a search engine engineer of 25 years ago telling you this. You have an Asian guy who didn't speak English until he was 7, who's a programmer at a search engine, telling you that the key to win at search is actually through social media, because social media is the vehicle to collect all the stories of a company that's already doing a good job. Thomas is already, if your company did a shitty job and you had a bunch of 1-star reviews, no amount of SEO would overcome that.
Nope.
But because he does SEO and marketing and all these other things, he's amplifying all the stuff that happens in box 1 all the way down the line. Every step is 10 times more powerful. You follow me on that? That's the key to digital marketing. If you do that, if your company already does a good job with women that want to lose weight because they're looking about GLP-1 or diabetes or whatever it is, you're multiplying it. None of you guys need that. But of the women who need that, you're amplifying something that's already doing well, right? If you're already doing a great job at whatever you're doing, this framework is good for you. That's the main thing I wanted you guys to know. If you want a copy of the book, happy to give it out and sign it. If you want any of our training, so this whole 4-stage content factory and the $1 a day, which is how to promote it, we are giving it away. We've made millions of dollars selling these courses, whatnot, but we're just giving it away if you guys want it. You just have to send an email to Stephanie@blitzmetrics.com, just like it sounds. And the subject line is, I love Thomas Ballantyne. And in the body, say, I want the $1 a day training. And we're going to give you how to execute this whole thing here. And then you're going to hire a VA to execute it. Hire someone from the Philippines or whatnot for $500 a month. And then you take full credit for everything that they do. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you, Thomas.
Wow.